Question for you, man. Is this your G-Wagon?
I hope so.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. What's going on? I'm picking somebody up.
What do you do for a living out in Tampa to be able to afford a G-Wagon?
I'm a lobbyist and a publicist. I have a consulting practice.
How long, I guess, have you been in the business for?
Man, I've been doing this almost 15 years, but before I made any real money, I was making the copies and making the coffee for people, and I just ended up being a really good copy maker and coffee maker.
I go all over the country just asking people a few questions on their best advice to the younger generation. Could we ask you a few questions for the channel?
Yeah, it's all good.
Over those 15 years, what has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
$1.4 million, but I'll say that with a caveat, because the following year, I almost lost it all completely trying to build and scale an agency.
If you went broke tomorrow, could you make it all back?
Absolutely. I will know exactly what to do because I'm hungry. And that's where I come from. So what? You're just going to give me something I'm already comfortable in? Let's do it. You know, I've been there, done that. I could live on the street. I could live on a train station. I could make a decision between should I get a Metro card or should I buy food? I could go not eating for a couple of days. I could do the work. Before I launched my company, you know what I did? I pulled up to a labor ready at 3:30 a.m. and worked on the docks to fill up oil barrels for Amalie Arena with a college degree. I'm not afraid to work. I do what's necessary. I can live a Spartan life and I'll get back there.
How old are you now?
I'm 38 years old.
And how old were you when you became a millionaire?
I made my first million at the age of 35.
What is the best advice that you ever got from a mentor?
I would say it's two things, right? One is never let them see you sweat. Remain calm. Remain in control. When I was trying to get out of Brooklyn, the way that I was able to get money to leave the city was I used to sell bootleg Air Force Ones and jerseys. But I was selling them to drug dealers because they're the ones that have the money. So I would sell fake Mitchell and Ness. And so that line when Tupac said, I made a G today, but I made it in a sleazy way, that was me. But I had a vision. But when I was making money, I was wearing the same white tee, the same Uptowns. I was looking dirty. So when my hood was looking at me like, wow, Caesar's going through it, man, I feel bad for him. If I would have told them, oh, I'm gonna go to Florida, I'm gonna go change my life, they would have started hating. I don't need that energy. So what I did was I moved in silence and I didn't let them see me sweat. And number two, don't believe your own propaganda. If you start to believe your own hype that you're manufacturing, you're going to start making careless decisions and you'll become a tyrant.
What's been your secret to sales throughout your career? Selling in a competitive industry, how have you been able to consistently land massive deals in politics over these last 15 years?
Be able to walk away. Everybody's looking for a deal, not me. You get what you pay for. So the first person to speak loses. I present my value. Here's my consistency. Here is my case studies. Here's my cadence. You want to work with me? Then you'll win. If you're looking for something on the cheap, go to somebody else. Be willing to walk away.
Would you say that most politicians are corrupt?
I wouldn't say that politicians are corrupt, but I would say that power corrupts absolutely. You don't know somebody until you either run them for office, give them power, or marry them.
What's the biggest lie that we're told from our government?
The biggest lie, and watch out for this. This is gonna be key right now. Whenever you hear a politician say the deep state, or I'm gonna clean it up, or they're gonna bring a broom, they lying. It's complete lies. The bureaucrats are who run America. The deputy secretaries, the administrators, they're there for decades. And when you're a public official, you don't come in the game knowing exactly what to do. You gotta learn. And who do you speak to? Lobbyists. Lobbyists don't have term limits. We're experts in the arenas and the fields that we're in. We're drafting legislation. We're guiding legislation, right? So bureaucrats are not bad people. They're legitimately the deep state, and lobbyists are experts in their arenas. Now, what they choose to use their skills for, it's up to them. But that's the biggest lie that's being thrown out is I'm gonna drain the swamp. I'm like, bro, you are the swamp.
Do you believe in God?
Absolutely, I believe in God. But I'm gonna go further because everybody says God, God, God. I don't know who your God is. People say I thank God, but they could be thanking God and it's some demon. I believe in God, but specifically, I believe in Jesus Christ the Messiah, absolutely.
I love that. And how important has faith been to the success of your career?
Faith is super important, right? In the Old Testament, you see the persona of God, and God is not just merciful, but he's ruthless. He says, in order to follow me, you have to have a fear of me. You have to have the fear of God. In order to have the fear of God, you have to acknowledge the wisdom of God. In order to acknowledge the wisdom of God, you have to acknowledge Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is the word that became flesh and is literally the reincarnation of the word of God on earth. And we as men should model ourselves after Jesus Christ and what he did. He is the ultimate Adam.